Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. History made. Jamaica qualifies for the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup. Wanted man killed in St. Elizabeth. And fire victims in Gregory Park uneasy after houses torched. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. A golden pre-independence gift. That's how some Jamaicans are describing Wednesday's historic achievement of the Reggae Girlz to the knockout stages of the FIFA Women's World Cup. More in this report.
Crying tears of joy, defended like lions, and they've done it. What a night for the Reggae Girlz. Full time in Melbourne, Jamaica 0, Brazil 0. Jamaica go through to the last 16.
Tears for the Jamaica Reggae Girlz on the field, but at home and in the diaspora, it was a similar experience. The Defiant Girls made history yet again, beating off some of the world's best teams to reach the round of 16 of the mega showpiece. The girls finished second in Group F, following a 0-0 draw with Brazil Wednesday morning, completing the group stage without conceding a goal in their 3 games. The leaders of the country have reacted with great joy at the accomplishment of the girls. Prime Minister Andrew Holness tweeted, "Historic, go Reggae Girlz, Jamaica, best in the world, hashtag greatness is in our blood." The opposition leader Mark Golding, amazing, our Reggae Girls have sent Brazil home, 18 shots, 0 goals, brilliantly played and defended. He further noted that Rebecca Spencer is a phenomenal goalie. For Sports Minister Olivia Grange, more history from the Reggae Girls. We are in the last 16 in the 2023 Female World Cup. I could not help shedding a few tears of joy. These have been magnificent performances by the Reggae Girls for Jamaica in this World Cup. Words can hardly describe how well they have done. This is undoubtedly the proudest moment so far in Jamaica's football history. End quote. But like them, other Jamaicans are proud, especially with the country set to celebrate its 61st year of independence. One citizen said, "Thank you, Reggae Girls, for this historic win and pre-independence gift." Coach Lord Donaldson says this is one of the best feelings in his life.
To see a country like Jamaica be able to do this, it's unbelievable to just watch it while I'm alive right here standing. It's unbelievable. I mean, I thank the girls to do this for the country, and the country should be proud. It's a war, we know it's a war, we're going into a war, and we have to be ready. And it was a war, and we stay in the battle, and we won the war. So, but we have some more work to do, but we'll just enjoy tonight.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
To a developing story now, one of St. Elizabeth's most wanted was shot and killed after allegedly engaging the police in a shootout. He's 30-year-old Nicholson Ruben, also known as Evil. TVJ News understands Indicom is currently on the scene. We spoke with the head of the St. Elizabeth Police, DSP Coleridge Mento.
A targeted operation was conducted in the Burn Savannah District, Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. I can confirm that one Nicholas Ruben, OC Evil, was shot and injured. He was rushed to the Black River Hospital where he was subsequently pronounced dead. One Beretta pistol with 5 live rounds was recovered. The scene was cordoned and processed by Scenes of Crime as well as Indicom. The investigations into this matter continues.
Victims of Sunday's fire in a section of Gregory Park called Portmore Villas say the incident has significantly disrupted their lives. But as Kirkwright reports, they're forced to remain in the community despite the tension.
The victims were left homeless following Sunday's fire. They say while they're paranoid about remaining in the community, they have no other choice. They say about 4:30 Sunday morning, persons invaded their community in Portmore Villas, Gregory Park, St. Catherine, and torched their houses. They say all their belongings, including back-to-school items that were recently bought, went up in flames. One of the victims says when she realized it was an act of arson, she decided she had to find a way out with her family.
I start jump through the start put the baby them through the fence over my next door neighbor house. And start make sure say everybody reach cross. Me the last person to go across the fence. Cause I have my baby in my hand. Cause I have one young baby, you know. I have her in my hand. And then why me not know nothing after that.
She says she has not slept since the fire because she has nowhere to stay.
Just start work 2 weeks. I'm 2 weeks money bundling in the house. 2 weeks my money gone. Not even 5. I don't even come out with the underwear. People clothes, you know. People clothes, my baby them clothes burn up, everything gone. My baby father, my birth paper, my 4 kids' birth paper, them immunization card, everything gone. ID, TRN, NIS, everything gone.
Are you in fear right now?
Yes, I am.
Do you prepare to stay in the community?
I'm not choice, I don't know where to go. I'm not leave as I go parent and go sleep on the floor because I don't have a bed. So I don't know what happened from here, so I swear to God.
The residents say their greatest need now is to find proper accommodation.
The biggest, not even clothes, the biggest assistant me want right now is somewhere to sleep. So that is not even clothes, everything can come after that. Somewhere to sleep. And food.
The Member of Parliament, Arlonda Terlong, says the victims lived in an informal settlement that's difficult to police. He says he will continue to lobby for structured housing for the residents, which he says will give them greater security.
I have had meetings with NHT and other stakeholders, the Social Development Commission, they're aware of the situation as well. And I'm really, really hoping, that we can, muster the sort of finances that are needed and the will, because I'm willing, the residents are willing, so that we can get a proper housing, low-income housing development in this space. That's the only way you're going to see sustained peace.
Another victim says they would welcome any plan to offer them lands in the area.
The government, they can do and sublet the land to us. And we are willing to pay if it's even say, well, then all right. After they say that the land belongs to public service.
Or JPS?
Yes. Well, we say, well, then all right. We fence off the public service part and leave the other rest and let it out to us, even a square.
The MP says he's also looking forward to having police and soldiers in the area on a long-term basis. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
The Jamaica Railway Corporation, JRC, is defending its decision to host only one round-trip train excursion for the Emancipation Day celebration yesterday. This following complaints from some members of the public about the limited tickets for the event. Vernon Dixon is operations manager at the JRC.
When you think of the logistics, it's probably a little bit difficult by the time we get back to Spanish Town. We're going to have to clean the coaches. That would be maybe 4 o'clock. We wouldn't want to start at 4 o'clock from here, going to Lindsay Land to spend some more time. And so that has been, that has not, germinated as a thought, really.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Custis of Manchester, Garfield Green, says the parish needs some 2,000 justices of the peace to actively serve in the parish in the next few years. Mr. Green was addressing the first general meeting of the Manchester Justices of the Peace Association recently. Carrie-Ann Simpson reports.
Currently, there are 437 active justices of the peace in Manchester, but Custis of the parish, Garfield Green, wants to increase that number to 500 before year end.
But Manchester must have a minimum of 2,000 justices of the peace actively serving their communities. And that's a ratio that was established of 1 to 100. So I'm asking you, Justice of the Peace, to identify suitable persons who you think can serve as Justice of the Peace, encourage them to apply.
Mr. Green says that this is critical as JPs are often used to help resolve conflicts in communities. He says some persons are more willing to speak to a JP to give information.
We have many areas in which our JPs serve. We have the mediation, the child diversion, the victim support unit, counseling support, where there are members of the communities who have reached out to my office, who are going through challenges, and may we just say mental challenges. They're feeling depressed. And we have a body of counselors and whom we can call, and they will quickly respond to these persons.
Therefore, persons who are making the application must be of good character. Mr. Green says it's a rigorous process.
The first step, once the applications are received at the office, the applications are vetted. Sometimes we gather information by just going through the application. The way it was presented, if it was properly filled out, and when I say the way it was presented, we have application that it seems as if they were being filled out on a vacation somewhere. Juice or coffee spilled on them, and they still submit the documents.
Carrie-Ann Simpson, TVJ News.
Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, says work is being done to address the sewage situation in sections of downtown Kingston. For weeks, there have been complaints about the constant flow of sewage water from manholes in downtown.
The municipality and the NWC, we have been collaborating on it, and as we are aware, the NWC has started some repair and replacement work along the West Street and Matthews Lane and in that general Petron Street area as part of addressing the issue of sewage infrastructure.
Meanwhile, the mayor said the municipality is pleased with vending in the downtown space. He also provided an update on the Jubilee Market that was recently gutted by fire.
It's a beautiful space. The last time I saw it, it was quite advanced. They were painting the shops there. The shops were, the space, the Jubilee Market was really looking exquisite. And I would say it should be far better than that now. And so we are soon to open that space.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
The Business Minute.
Founder and former CEO of Dollar Financial, Kadeen Mears, has sought to set the record straight regarding his resignation. In a statement, he refuted reports that he was forced out of the company. Mr. Mears says the decision to resign was 100% his own. He says he will now focus his attention on his private equity firm, Dequity Capital Management, which still owns 20% of Dollar. On Friday, it was announced that Mr. Mears had resigned, and the company's deputy CEO, Kenroy Carr, was appointed interim CEO. On the international scene, Regal Cinemas has emerged from bankruptcy. Its parent company, Cineworld, says it has cut $4.5 billion of debt, raised $800 million in new equity capital, and secured financing for $1.71 billion. The world's second largest theater chain filed for bankruptcy protection last September. Many movie theaters struggled during the pandemic and for a while after. Blockbuster hits this summer like Barbie and Oppenheimer are helping to turn things around. But there's still uncertainty amid the Hollywood actors and writers strike. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Shane Masters.
And here's a preview of what's coming up in this evening's Health Report. In this evening's Health Report, we look at asthma.
I think people are becoming more acceptable to the diagnosis. So in the past, when you use the term asthma, people would often get upset with the term, but people are becoming more accepting of the diagnosis itself. So not necessarily an increase in diagnosis, but certainly we're at this time, even though, as I said, we're just coming out of the flu season, we're still seeing quite a few exacerbations because we're still seeing respiratory illnesses dragging on even into this period.
That's the Health Report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's Healthy Living Tip. identify asthma triggers, stay away from allergens, avoid smoke, get your vaccinations, and take asthma medications as prescribed. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, authorities in Antigua and Barbuda are probing a massive cannabis find on Monday. Reports are that the cannabis valued at $126,000 was seized at the airport. It's understood that police and officials from customs were conducting a search at the Elliott cargo shed and found 2 cardboard boxes with 21 pounds of cannabis. The controlled substance was seized and taken to the police station. On the international scene, a Russian drone strike has hit Ukrainian port facilities at Izmail on River Danube, a short distance from NATO member state Romania. A grain warehouse, a passenger building, and an elevator for loading grain have all been damaged. Russia began targeting Ukraine's ports after abandoning a UN deal that enabled both countries to export grain safely across the Black Sea. A large fire raged from the port area of Izmail early on Wednesday. And powerful winds and lashing rain from an approaching typhoon has killed at least 1 person and knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of people in southern Japan. The slow-moving typhoon Kanun, which was nearing Japan's southwestern islands on Wednesday, also forced the cancellation of hundreds of flights to the popular tourist destination of Okinawa and other islands, stranding thousands of tourists. The authorities warned of flooding and landslides in some parts of the country. They also issued an evacuation order urging more than 690,000 residents to move to safety. And those are the top regional and international stories. I'm Carrie Simpson.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Spencer Darlington.